Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langland Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, the content today is specifically focused on that filibuster. As many of you guys have mentioned in my comments a lot recently, we're all very concerned about the filibuster, and is it going to hold back that leftward agenda, which on this channel, specifically about Second Amendment rights, but there's also considerations to be taken on the other end of the bills that they're putting forward. So we're going to dive really deeply into that, but I'm going to tell you right now, the Democrats are split on this. They are not unified, and it is going further to our advantage. I'm going to walk you through it here, the 5 quotes from 5 different articles in a second. If you guys are joining just now and you haven't subscribed to the channel, or you are a subscriber, first of all, thank you for stopping by. You're really helping the channel grow. We're driving towards a combined goal of 350,000 subscribers by June 1st. If you're not a subscriber, we'd love to have you on. We try to earn the subscription with every video, and if we don't earn it on this one, maybe we'll earn it on the next one. The other thing I always tell everybody is we have a a newsletter in the description box below that basically sends out ammo on Tuesdays and Fridays, links specifically to deals that I can find on the internet, and it gives you the opportunity for ammo. If I can find it, I put in those emails, and then you have a chance, and if not, I hope something helps, but I'm trying, right? So with that, it's in the description box below. Let's get back to these articles. So here's the thing. I'm going to read you some things from CNN, Politico, US News, and Vox. Those are all left-leaning sources, okay? And if you've been on this channel for a while, you know that we really like to dive into what the intelligentsia and the media is saying to Democrats and about Democrats, because that tells you where their mindset is, and it gives us an idea to observe and make moves around that. So without too much more, let's dive into it. So the first article I'm coming at you with is from CNN, and again, all of these links will be in the description box below, right below that newsletter sign up. Senate Democrats plot new effort to gut filibuster but lack votes for major overhaul. Here's the quote. But they are running into a basic problem, the math. It's funny how the math always gets in the problem, like math, rules, constitutions, amendments, whatever, whatever. Democrats lack the votes to change the Senate's rules by lowering the threshold for breaking a filibuster from 60 votes to 51, meaning that Senate Republicans will almost certainly maintain their power to shape the outcome of President Joe Biden's legislative agenda for at least the next 2 years in an evenly divided chamber, according to interviews with more than a dozen Senate Democrats. A dozen Democrats. If you're keeping track at home, a dozen is 12. 12 of 50 is roughly over 20%. That's a big chunk of their caucus. Just saying. All right, so now another CNN article titled "The Dangerous Ramifications of Killing the Filibuster." Did you sense the tone shift? You gotta catch that. The filibuster is the last and best mechanism available to compel some level of bipartisan cooperation to advance meaningful, durable legislation in Congress. It's important to note that some of the biggest opponents of the filibuster have been the most radical and extreme voices, not the leaders who strive for moderation. CNN is saying, guys, hold on, pump the brakes, this does not work out. Here's Politico saying the exact same thing. Democrats would regret nuking the filibuster. This would be a mistake, both for the institution of the Senate and for narrow partisan interest of the Democrats. One would think that the experience that the party had the last time it took a hatchet to the filibuster would warn off any kind of repeat. But institutional memories aren't exactly long in Washington these days. What they're referring to there is when Harry Reid got rid of the filibuster for judicial nominees underneath Obama, because they wanted the short-term goal of getting those judicial nominees. However, Trump came into office, McConnell did the exact same thing, got it out of the way, just like Harry Reid did, and Trump put on as many people on the court in 4 years as Obama did in 8, and that's how it kicked him right in the butt. So it's important. So that's the tone shift of what they're saying. Guys, I don't know, let's be careful. Here's where the US News sits. Democrats eye filibuster reform with support for elimination elusive. Mitt Romney of Utah said Wednesday, having a talking filibuster, heck, we could all do that. I'm not sure that changes much. Okay? And here's where he's going into. And this is what prompted him to say that. From Vox, V-O-X, far left. Joe Manchin just took an important filibuster reform off the table. In a 50-50 Senate, every vote matters. Though Democrats can effectively change Senate rules with only a simple majority vote, they almost certainly need every single member of their caucus to back any significant change to the filibuster rule. So if Manchin or other reform skeptics like Senator Kyrsten Sinema from Arizona take potential reforms off the table, that's a serious blow to the broader project of trying to weaken the filibuster. And here's where it gets important, because there is an interview with Joe Manchin where he's actually quoted from the 17th of March, this is 2 days ago, well, 1 day ago, and it's on your screen right now. New. Manchin rejects calls for lowering 60 vote threshold. Also rejects calls for requiring 41 senators to sustain a filibuster. Also rejects calls for specific carve-outs on legislation, like on voting. I asked him if he's drawing a line at 60. I'm still at 60. I haven't changed. That's what he said. On a follow-up, on specific carve-outs, that's a little bit like being pregnant, maybe. On change to 41 senators, no, I'm still at 60, okay? Manchin said, noting these are all interesting ideas, but he also said that the GOP blocking S1 won't change his mind. S1 is the trap legislation that they're putting forward to kind of pressure everybody to get rid of the filibuster. It's the Voting Rights Act in the Senate. Chuck Schumer just came out on it a day ago and introduced it. So guys, what this means for us is obviously this is tied into our Second Amendment rights because the H.R. 8 and 1446 are closely tied with all other bills that are coming forward because the filibuster is the only thing putting the finger in the dam, holding it from just going way crazy, right? This is a big deal because what they just did 3 different tone changes. They went from, they don't really have it, then they went into 2 or 3 different articles from CNN and Politico, far left, that say, guys, this is a bad idea. Bad idea. Do you know how bad this will hurt us? Did you hear McConnell's words yesterday about they will come back? It has come back in the past. It'll come back again. This is huge. And then they followed it up with Vox saying Joe Manchin is not on the table for this. Also Kirsten Sinema, also Dianne Feinstein. They don't have a strong a position as they would like you to think that they do. The big thing that we can do, guys, is we never give up the fight. We keep contacting our reps and our senators to protect that filibuster because it gives the minority party a voice in the legislation, no matter who the minority is. And I think these guys see that, and that's what you're seeing. That's why you're seeing the far left progressive wing get real irritated. And so this is a lot bigger deal than people are letting on, and I'll be honest with you guys, this is going in our direction. I can never say what's going to happen because I'm not a fortune teller. But just by looking at what they're doing, what they're sending out, and how they're framing it, it looks like they're saying, we don't have it. Guys, probably isn't a good idea. Yeah, Manchin just said no. That's what I have for you today. I'd love to hear your thoughts below. Let me know what you think in the comments field. And until tomorrow, I'm Braden. I'll see you later.